So many players from the Dutch league being linked with Manchester United. Another one of them is left-back Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord. What can you tell us about this? This is said to be one that could be close as well, right, Mark?
Yeah, this is around about 15 million euros. I think United are going to, beat Lyon to the deal on this one. United need cover at left back. I mean, Luke Shaw is the number one left back, and I think Luke Shaw needs to be pushed as well. I think United are quite prepared to let Alex Telles go if they can find a buyer. They need a younger, better, more reliable fullback, and I think that's what Ten Hag's identified. But the only issue I'd have with Ten Hag right now, certainly United's recruitment, is that they're looking at a couple of players from the Dutch league. Obviously Anthony as well at Ajax, and De Jong's slightly different, but the Dutch league isn't particularly strong, and I think we've seen a few players come from the Eredivisie to the Premier League and struggled. So you'd kind of hope that United are being quite scrupulous in what they're getting, because if you get the wrong players from the Dutch league, I mean, Donny van der Beek struggled at United, we saw David Klaassen struggled really badly at Everton. It can be a league where players struggle to adapt to the Premier League, so I'd hope for United's sake that they're not just focusing on players that have got a pedigree for playing in Holland, because that might give them a problem going forward.
And I think that was one of the things when Ziyech came into Chelsea that on the grapevine we heard through the Chelsea camp at the time with Lampard, that he was a great talent, but he was a bit soft, a bit lightweight, and had to prone to some injuries, but also had to be stronger for that kind of league. So there is, but you'd like to think that Ten Hag knows the players and knows what he's doing, but yeah, the Shaw's an interesting one, as Oggy said. He needs pushed. I don't know. He looks like he needs a gigantic kick up the backside to me at times, because he's a terrific player. He's big and strong. He's super fast. I know he's had a bad leg break a few years ago and all that, and it's not easy. I get that. But to me, looking at Luke Shaw, he looks to me as if he needs somebody to push him rather than he's going to push himself to that sort of next level. And that's the frustrating thing. And maybe that's what Ten Hag has seen in him as well. I don't know. And so he's one of the players that I think when I watch United just sort of frustrates me a little bit because of his talent.
Well, we heard on the Gab and Jules podcast show that Mark Ogden is very close with Luke Shaw. Yeah, you always listen to Gab and Jules.
I must have missed that one. I must have missed that one, Oggy. I'll just go and download it.
Especially when Mark's on it, you have to always catch it.
Don't get that one started again.
What is the general feeling then about the left-back role, especially with this new player coming in Malacia? What is the feeling with Luke Shaw's role, Mark?
To be honest, Kate, the feeling with Luke Shaw is the same as it is with every player in that defence, midfield and forward line. If United could sign new players in every position this summer, they would do, because I think we can say that every area needs strengthening, and the left-back area is one of them. And I think, Luke Shaw had a decent enough season last year, but, this will be the 8th year that he's been at United now. 8 years. And to show his best, and I think that he's certainly being overtaken by the likes of Andy Robertson in terms of quality that the left back, the best players around, the best left backs around. So I think, but you can say the same for Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. They need to find somebody there, because Wan-Bissaka and Dalot aren't good enough. Centre half, Lindelof's not good enough. Bailly's not good enough. Phil Jones isn't good enough. So I think Ten Hag is just going to have to go through every position and improve it, or improve his options as best he can. And he can't do all 11, but he obviously knows this kid from his time in the Dutch league, thinks he can do a job. He's obviously played for the Netherlands a few times, and I think he's got 5 caps. So he's obviously got talent, he's got ability, but United need to look at every position. I think, if they get De Jong over the line, he's not going to solve the problems in midfield, because they've still got issues in the kind of the shield in front of the back four, because McTominay and Fred, for me, just aren't, Man United level. They're probably squad players, so issues in every department, but it's just going through them one by one, and by giving Luke Shaw more competition, that's a start, but it's a long way back, as Craig says.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.